In October 2024, Somerset firefighters put out a fire behind a gas station on US 27. People living at that encampment had lit their own clothes on fire just to stay warm. Neighbors showed up the next morning with food and supplies, and that whole situation could have been avoided if Somerset had one single emergency shelter. Hello, my name is Zach Carter, and today I want to talk to you about homelessness in Somerset, Kentucky. Specifically, why our city has hundreds of homeless people and 0 shelter beds, and what the Somerset City Council can do to fix that. According to a 2023 WYMT report, Help the Homeless Somerset says that there are hundreds of homeless in our city right now, people sleeping in cars, between buildings, and in dumpsters. One of those people was a 7-year-old child found living in a vehicle. And unlike cities in Lexington or Louisville, Pulaski County has no emergency shelter at all. Nowhere legal to sleep, nowhere to go when it's freezing outside. This is not just a Somerset problem either. A January 2025 report from the Kentucky Lantern found that 5,789 people were unhoused across Kentucky, which was a 10.7% jump from the year before. And the biggest increases were in rural counties outside of Louisville and Lexington, places just like ours, which saw a 13.3% rise. So why is this happening? First, there is no shelter here. Jessica Luster, who runs Help the Homeless Somerset, has said plainly that there are no shelters in Pulaski County. When her organization runs out of room, she has to call other cities and sometimes drive people hours away. This is not a real solution. Secondly, addiction plays a big role. Mayor Alan Keck said in December 2024 that a lot of the homelessness in Somerset is connected to people leaving recovery programs early and ending up on the street with nowhere to go. Third, a new law is making things worse. The Safer Kentucky Act passed in April 2024 and made it a crime to sleep outside. A second offense can mean 90 days in jail and a $250 fine. According to Kentucky Center for Economic Policy, 425 camping citations were handed out just in the last year, and none of that moved a single person into housing. Lester said it best herself. We just want to make sure people are not getting criminal penalties for being poor. The people directly affected by this are the homeless individuals in Pulaski County. Lester has said that many of them are veterans, people in recovery, and working adults who lost everything after one medical emergency. She put it simply, a lot of Kentuckians are one missed paycheck away from being in the same situation. The people who can fix this are the Somerset City Council and Mayor Alan Keck. Keck has already called homelessness a real issue in our city. He has the platform, the relationships, and the ability to apply for a grant for funding. Now he just needs to act on it. Here's what I'm asking for. The Somerset City Council should partner with the Help the Homeless and apply for an emergency solutions grant through the Kentucky Housing Corporation to open a full-service emergency shelter in Pulaski County. We are talking about a facility with around 30 to 50 open beds, year-round with basic services like addiction referrals and help getting a valid ID, because without a valid ID, you cannot rent an apartment or get most jobs. Help the Homeless is already doing this work with almost no resources. Giving them real funding and a real facility is the obvious next step, and it saves money. Cycling people through jail costs more than sheltering them. The Kentucky Center for Economic Policy found that fines and criminal fees trap low-income people in debt and make it almost impossible for them to get back on their feet. In October 2024, people in Somerset burned their clothes to stay warm, not because Kentucky had no resources, because none of those resources were here in Pulaski County, where they needed them. Somerset is one of the fastest-growing cities in southern Kentucky, and it is time we grow in a way that takes care of everyone. If you live here, contact Mayor Keck or your city council attorney member and tell them that Somerset needs a permanent shelter. The people sleeping outside tonight are not the problem. They are neighbors. Thank you.